Hello everyone. So in this session we are going to learn about the birth control. So in the last sessions we studied about the population explosion and problems and strategies of reproductive health. But in this session we are going to learn how to control the birth. So to control the birth there are so many methods. So many methods are there to control the birth. In that, very first, we are going to learn here is about the contraception. Contraception is nothing but prevention of fertilization. If we prevent the fertilization, the birth control takes place. Who told all these methods, contraceptives, everything? It is all coming under the RCH. RCH means reproductive child health care. So they started the action plans and programs, they started everything. With that they also gave a slogan. What slogan it is? They said, you might have seen in many advertisement or posters and bills in the previous years. I'm telling you, nowadays this slogan is not there. In the previous year it was like hum do hamare do. Hum do means ours too, hamare do means we too, and hamare do means ours too. So this slogan, it is considered as a better slogan to control the human population, but it is not done, it is not running at all. Why? The people are becoming nuclear, they are staying in nuclear families, they prefer only one child, we two, ours one. So many peoples are there, so many families are there, they are having only one child, only to get safe from the that scarcity. What scarcity it is? Because of the population is increasing to the alarming rate, they are afraid of being back in the society. Like they are afraid of limited food, they are afraid of limited shelter and jobs. But so many people are there, they are not aware of all those things. What those things? Why? When the population increases, what will happen? What will be the result of that? To those peoples, this slogan, it will better suits. What slogan it is? Hum do hamare do. And with this we'll see the birth control. I have written the contraception here. The contraception is nothing but prevention of fertilization. The contraception, it includes contraceptives. It includes contraceptives. An ideal contraceptive will be effective. Effective means it should show a better result. And the next feature of ideal contraceptive, it will be, or it is, easily available. The third will be reversible in sense both male and female can use the contraceptives. And the fourth one will be no or less side effect. So these are the features of ideal contraceptive. If in a contraceptive all these features are there, means that is a better or a good contraceptive. It should be effective means it should show a better result. Easily available means it should not be like high of cost. It should be a low cost, and everywhere it should be available. Reversible means it should not be like only male should use the contraceptive or only female should use the contraceptive. Both should use that contraceptive. It is considered as an ideal. No or less side effects during intake of contraception. So many of them, they are facing the problems, like because if they take the, or if it intake the pills or the medicines only to avoid the pregnancy, they'll be facing some side effects like itching, like that. So many things will be happen to them. If those side effects avoided, the contraception are considered as an ideal contraceptives. There are so many categories, so many types are there in contraceptives. The number one is natural or traditional type. I'll write here. One is natural or traditional type. Natural or traditional type in sense without using any measures, without using any techniques, or without without using any structures, the couples can avoid the birth control. So that means, or that comes under the first type, that is natural or traditional type. In this natural or traditional type, there are few more types. One is periodic abstinence. Periodic abstinence in sense, you might have remember in the last chapter we studied about the menstrual cycle. So in the menstrual cycle, the ovulation occurs at the 14th day of menstrual cycle. At the 14th day, it remains there in the fallopian tube for 1 day. Okay, 18 hours or 1 day, I said in that during that chapter. If the insemination avoided at that time, the birth can be controlled in the easiest manner. Okay, without using any measures, only avoiding the insemination during the ovulation period. During the ovulation days, in sense 10th to 17th day of menstrual cycle. Menstrual, you might have remember menstrual cycle 1 to 14 day, menses 1 to 5th day, 5th to 13th day, pre-ovulatory day. Here the ovulation, the primary follicles, it develops further, and at the 14th day, the ovum or the egg released out from the Graafian follicle, and it will reaches to the fallopian tube. There it remains for 1 day. Okay, if the fertilization do not occur, or in the absence of fertilization, that egg sinks down, that eggs fail, or that egg loses itself. It comes to the uterus, and through the blood and debris it comes out from the body. If during this time or during this period, if the insemination is avoided, if the technique is adopted in the couple, that is considered as that will be the a better contraceptive method. Only we have to avoid the fusion of male and female during this period. So that is the safest method and natural method. In the natural method, no need of using any measures or any structures. The second one is with Drawl method. It should be done by males. At the time of ejaculation inside the reproductive tract, if the external genitalia taken out from the cervix or from the vagina, if the ejaculation done outside the female reproductive tract, outside the body, in the ejaculation, what it will be? It will be semen. Ejaculation means releasing of semen. In the semen, what will be there? Number of millions of sperms will be there. If those sperms do not release inside the female reproductive tract, if it release outside the body, that method is known as withdrawal method. This is the natural and traditional method. No need of using any measures to control the birth. So by doing this method, by doing this method, they can avoid or they can free from the fertilization. And the third one will be lactation amenorrhea. Lactation amenorrhea in sense to after delivery, after parturition, till for the period, the mother, she secretes, or through the mammary gland she secretes the milk. So during that time the absence of menstruation takes place because of some hormonal variation. During lactation means secretion of milk. During lactation, menstruation do not takes place. Okay, so that is also a natural and safe method. By doing this method, it lasts only for few period in sense for 6 months it will be. Okay, after that they have to adopt any of these methods or any of these methods. I'll tell you in the next types. I'll tell you by using those types of contraceptive they can control or can avoid the fertilization. So lactation amenorrhea, so this is the period where menstruation is absent. During this period, without using any measures, they can avoid or they can prevent the fertilization. So these are the natural type of contraceptives. The next one is IUDs. Before IUDs, let me tell you about the barriers. There are two types of barriers. One is condoms and one more is cervical caps, valves, diaphragms, okay. Barrier in sense providing one barrier in between sperm and egg. What are those barriers? There are of two types. One is condom and one more is cervical caps and valves, diaphragms. So these condoms are for males. So it will be made of rubber and or thin gelatinous sheath. It should wearable. It should be wearable and easily wearable. I mean easily wearable during the time of intercourse. If the male wear in the external genitalia the sperm or the semen, it cannot cross this rubber sheet so that the sperm cannot reach to the egg. So this is one technique or the barrier type of contraceptive. It can control the birth or human population. This is for male, I'm telling you. And most common type of condoms nowadays, maximum distribution takes place, that is Nirod. All right, and not only wearing condoms by male, it not only controls the birth, it also controls the sexually transmitted diseases. From one person to one person, the diseases cannot transmit when they started, when the couple or when the male start wearing this type of rubber sheets in their genitalia. The second one is cervical caps and walls diaphragms. This is for females. Yes, females can also wear some type of condoms, actually it is, or they have named as cervical caps, walls and diaphragms. So diaphragms are these all the things wearable inside the vagina, or it will be provided as a barrier. It will be in the cervix, or it will be in the vagina. When the semen enter inside the female reproductive tract, it protects, or it will be in the cervix. If the sperm entering inside the vagina or cervical caps, that cervical cap, if the sperm enter inside the vagina, that cervical caps or diaphragm, it prohibit, or it will provide, it won't let it go inside the reproductive tract. Few of them, so many jellies are also there, spermicides, cervical jellies. So those are the things used by females with the cervical caps, walls and diaphragms. Cervical cap or walls or the diaphragm. Don't think the female, they are wearing all these three barriers, either this or this or this, with some creams. What type of cream? Spermicide cream or cervical jellies. Thus those spermicide creams, it will inactivate the sperm. And then that is the second type of contraceptive. The third type of contraceptive is IUDs, intrauterine devices. The intrauterine devices, IUDs, there are of three types. And remember, this is only for female, not for male. Okay. What is happening in the intrauterine? In the name itself, they have given uterine and devices. Devices means this is not the natural phenomena. This is not like barrier phenomena. Some devices will be there. It should be injected, not injected, implanted, inserted inside the uterus, only to avoid the fertilization. So how it will be? Intrauterine devices in sense, the first one will be non-mediated IUDs. For example, Lippal loop. It should be inserted inside the uterus. What it will do? It will provide, or it makes kind of barrier inside the uterus, not in the vagina or cervix. There it will inactivate, or it do not enter the sperm, or it do not allow the sperm to enter inside the fallopian tube. So one is non-mediated IUD in sense, or example it is Lippal's loop. The second IUD is copper releasing IUDs. Copper releasing IUD means some devices are there in the medical sciences. Those devices, if it inserted inside the uterus, it start releasing the copper ions. Okay, copper ions. Those copper ions, it inhibit the motility of sperm and it motile the sperm. The copper releasing IUDs, the features of these type of IUDs are, it will inhibit or it will avoid the motility of the sperm. Sperm's motility will be lasts forever. Only the sperm enter inside the reproductive tract. In that tract, copper releasing devices will be there. What are those? Those will be like, example, copper T, copper, one more is there, Cu7, one is multi-load 375. So these are the most commonly usable copper releasing IUDs. This is meant for only females. CUT or copper T, copper 7, multi-load 375. Okay, that will be in the shape of T. T means shape of T, that fit inside the uterus. Those devices, it start when it enter inside the uterus, when it get contact with the sperm, it start releasing the copper ions. Those copper ions inhibit the, or it can totally avoid the motility, or it totally stops the motility of sperms. And one more IUD is there. And also I should tell one more point here. With the inhibition of the motility of sperm, one more thing it will do, it will motile the sperm. Motility of sperms takes place. It means sperms dies. Sperms become dead. It dies. One more thing is there, copper, not copper, it is hormone releasing IUDs. Hormone releasing IUDs. Some type of IUDs are the devices are there. If those hormones are injected or those devices are used by female, those devices start secreting some hormones. Those hormones, what it will do? It will affect, I'll tell you, I'll write here. Hormone releasing IUDs. One is progesterone. Okay, so this is one hormone releasing device. If it inserted inside the uterus of the female, those devices start releasing the hormones. Those hormones, it will start showing its effect on the inner layer of the uterus known as endometrium. What will happen here? After fertilization, what I am telling you, after fertilization, till the device won't stop the sperm. After fertilization, after zygote formation, after formation of morula, blastocyst, till blastocyst, after the formation of blastocyst, the blastocyst comes and sits on the wall of the endometrium, and then the uterine tissue, it will engulf, or it will not engulf, actually it will encircles the blastocyst. So the process is known as implantation. The normal process I am telling you. If a female, if she has started using these type of devices, those hormone, it won't provide an exact place to sit on the blastocyst. It won't provide a suitable place for the blastocyst. It means the hormones act on the at the time of implantation. The implantation do not occur. If the implantation do not occur, what will happen? The egg releases out from the body. It makes, still you can ask me, if the implantation is not happening, it is known as termination, we can call it as. No, it's not like that. The total overall this uterus wall, it become unfit for the implantation. If the implantation is not happening, the fertilization won't takes place. The hormone releasing IUDs are progeststart. Okay, so these are the things. One more is there. LNG 20, it comes under hormone releasing IUDs. Okay, so with this we have seen 3 types of contraceptives. 2 more are there. 2 more contraceptives are there. I'll tell you in the next session. Let me tell you one more thing related to IUDs. The IUDs phagocytes the sperms. Phagocytes means it will engulf the sperm, engulf or kill the sperm. That is also one point. If they ask in the examination what is the primary or the basic function of the IUDs, you have to tell the phagocytosis. And with this, the most common question they'll select from this concept is, they'll ask from the natural abstinence, or they'll ask from the lactation amenorrhea, or they'll ask the question from the barrier type of method, barrier contraceptives, or they'll choose the IUDs. Maximum questions arises from the IUDs. Make sure you have learned, you have noted down all the IUDs and all the functions of every IUDs. We'll see in the next class.